distracting Mav. Sorry.
All right. Stream is up. Who would like to give us a recap of last session while I get an owlbear link in here?
What happened last time?
Nobody
Last session
volunteers. I'm going to call on somebody.
No, I'll go. Last session was a lot of us giving ourselves moral conundrums when the solution was right there. So what happened was we went to Halep. We had news that there was a new religion from the Baron. Is that his title? Is he Baron or Duke?
Baron. The Baron told us.
Yes, the Baron told us that there was a new religion sprouting up. And it was not in service of the typical pantheon. So we went there to investigate, and we found a lot of corruption, a lot of separation between the haves and the have-nots, a lot of nobles and rich people bribing the guards to get in. We paid a fee, and then kind of redistributed that. We went to past the slums, went to the palace. We all put on disguises that were overly complicated. And we found that there were patrols of city guards with the symbol of the X on their shields. And then that was the same symbol that was on the cathedral. We went to the cathedral. We were... They're sequelable. We...
bullied a couple of people.
We bullied a couple people. We I think we intimidated the guards at the people at the front there, and we pretended that Underfoot was our very sick child, and that he needed healing. And I, a distant father, just went to the church to try to get that, and in exchange for money, they were going to give us special prayers. But they said, what's his name? The Savior? He had a proper noun as a name.
Let me see if I wrote it down.
It was like a single word.
The Almighty.
The Almighty.
Oh yeah, here it is.
And they said he works in mysterious ways, and if he deems you important, he will grant your prayer. And we bullied them. I don't think we opened combat. It did get violent, and Atea summarily executed a man for not feeling sorry that he was greedy and whatnot. The other man passed out, and Father Ebert was absolutely demoralized.
Might have pooped his pants.
Yes.
Very important.
We did find out that High Justice Shaw, the father of the Baron's wife, who I guess is now a Baroness. I don't know if that works like that.
It does, in fact.
Is actually essentially is perhaps not in charge, but in the palace, and are effectively running this whole charade. And they have at least 5 shards of onyx and a candelabra. And that's where what little power they have, that's where they're getting it from. And they're experimenting. And we're all like, you don't know what you're messing with. He's like, I just wanted to help people. And we're like, nah. And scrolls and books, candelabra with 5 shards of onyx in the palace. Statues depict humanoid figure and were created in the last 20 years. So we know that this was a very, very modern and recent development. I think that covers everything. We were about to leave. We were debating a lot about burying corpses and hiding them and whatnot. I think we ultimately decided did we come to a conclusion of not doing anything?
Literally put them in the closet, shut the door, and go like, yeah, we gotta come back to that.
Yeah, I think that's how it ended. Oh yeah, and then the even... Oh yeah, because I had Gino make an extra. He fabricated a statue of Mistra out of the
Yes.
wall.
Yep.
Yes.
You got your achievement.
Got your Mistra achievement.
And I think that's everything. Father Ebert is still alive, as is this unconscious man. But this man was. I don't think. Did we get their? I don't think we got their names, especially because I didn't write them down.
You did not get their names, in fact. And you were kind of debating on what to do next and what to do with the bodies when there was a knock at a very loud knock.
Right.
At the
Yeah, there's been
Right.
2 knocks at the door.
closed and barred doors of the temple.
Okay. And now there's a very loud knock at the door. And that's where we ended.
Right, because we did end on a cliffhanger. How dare you, Mav?
You hear like pounding on the door because I believe y'all barred them, and you can kind of from all the way up here you can't hear what they're saying, but you can hear shouting coming from outside the doors.
Oh. I think we're about to get arrested.
Oh God, too bad we don't have a Kenku. Here I have an idea.
Why
had
are
Father
we
Everett-
resist?
Oh, we could just fight them.
No, I thought maybe they arrest us. We demand to be led to high justice, and that gives us a easy audience.
Now, I was about to ask this very sarcastically, but I do mean this genuinely. Ataya, have you been arrested before?
I don't think so.
All right, so I don't think it works like that. I think they typically put you in jail.
But I have arrested a lot of people. If they are very mighty and may cause a lot of danger, I do take them to my lord.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you're like not the
Wait.
officer here.
Gino
don't know
narrows
his
his eyes. Gino narrows his eyes and he says, "By take them to your lord, do you mean?" And then he looks at the guy that got decapitated.
No, the lord of the land I'm guarding. Not the divine lord. I was thinking maybe they will act as I did.
Okay. Well,
This is a
considering-
man who has full trust in law enforcement. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we're not going to be doing that. It's my vote. I vote not to do that. I mean, I'm not going to command. We're no longer disguised. Or no, I mean, we are still physically disguised, but we don't no longer have to keep up the charade. I'm just gonna answer the door.
Okay.
And we'll see how it goes. Who is it?
As you say that, the like pounding on the door stops for a moment, and you hear a gruff voice say, "This is the city guard. Where is Father Cranston?"
Pooping.
That's not a lie.
Father Cranston. Oh, is that Ebert's last name? Or his first name? Oh no! Is that not the one we killed?
No, we killed like one of the servants, but the father is here and he is pooping because he pooped his pants.
Oh, we killed Father Ebert.
No,
I
the
mean,
father
we-
is still alive.
Right, but who's Father Ebert? Why do I have that written down?
Father Ebert,
Ebert was the
Father
one that
Ebert
was
was the
talking
one that was talking to y'all. You
Ebert's
you
the one
actually
we killed.
So the
Right.
other one they're asking for
He's-
is not the father who was pooping.
yeah. And then, so after a moment, they say, "And where's Father Ebert?"
Praying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's praying in his chambers.
Private chambers.
Why are the doors barred?
Because they're
just
not
finished-
ajar.
They just finished a very spectacular miracle on our sick child, and none were allowed to be here for that.
Roll a deception check, please.
Oh god.
Not persuasion?
No,
No, 'cause you're
no,
lying.
none of this happened.
Except for the pooping part, because I think that's not a lie.
Can I?
I mean, you could give yourself guidance.
I'm
Sure.
trying to think how I could help that. Got nothing.
Fuck.
Are
Yeah.
we all cringing because we can hear the lie? Hear the lie in her voice?
Yes.
I thought it was gonna be persuasive.
After you say that, there's like a momentary pause, and then you just hear like,
Rainy cringes.
we suspect there to be wrongdoing afoot, and we demand that you open the door at once.
They know
What?
my name.
Rainy like cringes and like does the shrug at y'all.
Taya shrugs as well.
Gino, still as Paracelsus von Hohenheim, looks at everybody else, nods, and then says, "No."
That's it.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
So you just say no. You you hear the guard just sort of like stammers for a moment, and then it's like, well, then we have no choice but to come in after you. And then the next sound you hear is just a huge like crack of wood as they attempt to start cutting through the door.
Oh, the doors!
Oh well, that's gonna be. Don't worry, I can help them repair it if they need.
So they just want a foot?
What?
Should we just let them in?
Why not?
What if we let them in the next time they try to break it open?
I mean, it is now continuous. Someone is like clearly hacking at the door.
Yeah, we're just saying. Why don't we just open the door and ask to be brought to the Baroness' father, the High Justice?
Simply don't trust them.
Yes, but then when we're right there, we can negotiate.
All right, but I reserve the right to use intimidation.
I assume that's what we're going to do, because we have a
Okay.
goal here, and if he proves to be just as evil as the rest, we will deal with him.
All right, we're going to open the door now. Back up.
The thuds stop.
I actually believed you. I can't believe this.
Wait, let's run away the other.
They're not very cautious. But okay, open the door.
All right, yeah, but yeah, Gino will help.
Yeah, I just go up there and open the door.
All right. As you open the door,
I have a flashback to that spider scene where I opened the door and the spider stabbed me in the foot.
I remember that.
I forgot about that. Yeah. As you open the door, there's two very large, heavily armored guards standing there. One with a halberd that he's clearly been using to hack at the door. They're now both sort of lowered in your general directions, and they say, "In the name of the High Justice, you are under arrest."
We demand to be brought to the High Justice right now.
They
Why are we being arrested?
Oh right, I should have asked that.
We were
What
just
charges?
visiting the church. Why are we being
Yeah.
arrested?
You're being arrested for suspicion of disturbing the peace.
We're not the ones knocking doors down.
That's a very good point. My name is Paracelsus von Hohenheim, and I normally pay fines when I disturb the peace. And Gino throws a couple copper pieces at them.
Make a
He's not trying to achieve anything.
Yeah, that's fine. You like just toss a couple copper coins at them, and the guards just don't even flinch. Like the halberd is like pointing like at your nose, and the guard just sort of like lets the coins just like clink off his armor, completely unfazed.
Are these
And he-
two the cool-looking guards we saw at the gate?
Yes, or at least attired similarly. They say, that is not how it works in Halep. Clearly, you are not from here. Come with us.
Okay.
Where are you taking us? I'll follow.
He's gonna lead out. He's gonna let you lead.
They say that if you come willingly, and if you so demand it, we will take you before the High Justice so that he can assign your punishment.
You mean
And-
discern whether we're guilty or not?
Yeah, because it's like innocent until proven innocent.
They just sort of like they just sort of like chuckle and don't really say anything else. And they kind of sort of stand aside to let you come through, and you realize there's a couple other guards here as well.
Man, I mean, do want to fight them, but we also want to get to the High Justice. It saves us a whole heist.
Yeah, and if you're going to follow them willingly, they will be alert, but they will escort you out.
Yeah. Gotta put my sword and shield away.
I mean, this is one way to get to the High Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like taking note of all of us?
Yes.
So no sneaking off. Okay.
Yeah, I think if you had snuck off like before you opened the door, maybe, but I think since they kind of clocked that the four of you were together, well, five of you, we'll just say that Umthrak is with the party. Yeah, so they will take you out into the city square. Yeah, so they'll bring you out into the square here, and then sort of under guard, they will walk you up into the palace building here.
Oh, that's the palace. It's just
Yeah.
2 blocks down.
Yeah, it's just a bit down the road. And you all walked past it as you were on your way in. Okay.
Has Ataya ever been arrested? No, he has not been. He's also never been to jail.
As they bring you to the steps and are about to kind of like take you into the palace building, one of the less heavily armed guards turns to you and says, "If you wish to have an audience with the High Justice, you will have to surrender your weapons."
That'll take a while.
He just kind of glares at you.
I've sworn an
Good.
oath never to be parted with this weapon. I cannot do so.
Then I guess you won't get to see the High Justice. It'll be straight to the cells with you.
Alright, I'll disarm. I'm not going to jail. But what about the rest? Does anybody else want to disarm?
Unless you choose it, I think your stuff would be hidden under the seeming spell.
I did draw my weapon previously.
Gino is not going to disarm Also, it just looks like an umbrella, so I think even if they could see it, and you can rule on that, but
Yeah.
I think he doesn't have anything that's like visibly a weapon.
I told you to take the wizard's staff.
Doesn't my desk breaker just look like a staff?
It does, yes.
So I'm going to hand over my crossbow, but not my desk breaker, and I'm going to say that I need my staff.
Make a persuasion check, please.
I'm bad.
Okay, yeah, you can keep your rod.
I don't think I have any concealable weapons, so Atea will spend a while to disarm because he carries a lot of weapons.
Oh my god, a walking armory.
Yeah, because I have a longsword, I have 5 javelins and a javelin of lightning, I have a longbow, I have a quarterstaff, I have my staff, and I have a warhammer. So he's like standing there.
There's a scene in some movie or show where that happens. I can't remember what I can't place it right now.
Pirates of the Caribbean, when Elizabeth had to disarm and she pulls out
Yes.
like that huge flintlock out of her ass.
Yeah, she's got like 12 knives and guns. Yes, that's the one. That's the one.
And then when he's almost down, it's like, oh, sorry. And then he pulls out like a hidden dagger from his boot.
Yes. Yeah, all right. With you all having given up every obvious weapon, and they give you a once over, but with the seeming spell, it's anything that you want to be hidden is hidden. They would not perceive it. They will walk you under guard through and into the throne room here.
Look, Father, I can walk.
And
I'm not tired.
I stepped away for like a second. Underfoot, did you disarm?
I don't even know what Underfoot looks like with seeming.
You look like a young sick child.
Young sick child.
I think Underfoot chose to stay a kobold, and I think that's kind of what played into it. We said oh no, our child has scales. I vaguely remember that.
I
being a
remember
thing.
trying to look for a like the grayscale from
Oh, so
Game of Thrones.
So Underfoot looks like a sickly child with scales, but who can walk now. Did you give up your
Do
weapon?
we see where they're taking our weapons? Like, are they putting them in a coat check?
Carrying them with us, like just a couple guards holding all our weapon and following us, or
Yes. So there's like two guards. Like, at first it was the one guard, and then they realized they needed one guard just for all of Atea's weapons. So they got a second guard over. So there's 2 guards. They do not follow you into the throne room. They stay outside of the throne room.
Would the seeming stay with the item?
No. Once it's no longer worn or carried, it would disappear.
Oh man. All right, hang on. None of my tokens came in onto the map, so give me a moment.
But
Even
Underfoot,
that happens.
if your weapon was hidden under the seeming, you did not give it up, did you? Please tell me you didn't give up your weapon.
If it was hidden under the semen, I probably wouldn't have given it up.
Well, at least some of you have weapons.
I can see darkness.
Yeah, I realized none of my tokens came in, which is really annoying.
Boo.
Apparently, it's tick season in my area.
Oh no.
So I pulled 3 ticks off Baxter this week.
Oh,
Is it a
man.
frontline?
Oh,
Luckily, like they weren't like bit on, like they were just I just saw them crawling.
Yeah.
When I was in Italy, I was at a winery in Sicily, and they had these dogs that they didn't really take care of very well, and I had to take ticks. I didn't really have to, but I chose to take ticks out of their ears.
Ooh,
Oh.
I felt so bad for them. It's so
Mm.
many.
they must
And
have
it's
been just like
arid.
working dogs or something.
No, they named them Connie and Kana, which means dog and she dog in Italian. Just imagine they just had these dogs on the winery, and they just kind of, I guess, they weren't causing any trouble, so they just kind of, it's like farm cats, I guess, but they don't really, there's not really any pests, as far as I'm aware, that a dog can get rid of in Sicily. That's just a little tidbit about my study abroad era.
is steaming still active?
It had 8-hour duration.
All right.
So yes.
So
Yeah,
we
y'all be
still look
coming
like
in through
Storm.
here. But the guards that are holding your weapons do wait outside of the room.
Ah.
We'll just take an extra look as in where his weapons are, because he did care for at least his sword very much.
Yeah, you can see that they were basically like posting up beside the door. Like they weren't going to go anywhere with them. But they're not coming in
Good.
with you.
I've never wanted him to be a warlock more than in this moment, where you can just send your weapon away and then
Uh-huh.
reconjure it.
That is a pretty cool party trick that Tell can do.
Yes, it's also super cool when somebody says, "Please give up your weapons."
Gone. Yeah, so as you come into this very grand throne room, you see a few courtiers and priests around, kind of in the wings, up in the galleries. You see a few more of these very heavily armored knights, as well as the small contingent of guards that came in with you. And then sitting up on the throne is this gentleman.
Okay,
who
he's not hot. I'm fine.
who you recognize and have seen before. You saw him at the wedding. You know that to be High Justice Asher Shaw.
Hey, what's our play here? Are we just going to persuade him?
I think he's a bad guy. So
We don't. So, I don't want to assume that he is guilty. Remember what happened with the matron? There doesn't always need to be bloodshed.
we start a fire?
true.
If it comes to violence, you are free to start a fire. Try diplomacy first, shall we?
I guess maybe see what he is gonna say to us.
Mm-hmm.
We're also are in disguise, so he won't know it's us.
I'm pretty sure he will know very soon.
Yeah, so as you all come in, the sort of guard that was sort of seemed to kind of in charge of escorting all of you kind of steps up and gives a little bow of deference as he approaches, and he says, Your Highness, these troublemakers were caught disturbing the peace at the temple. They demanded an audience with you, and so we have brought them before you.
Hello.
And he just sort of, High Justice Shaw just sort of waves him away, and he kind of steps over to the side.
Oh, I guess it wouldn't be Juno. He'd be Paracelsus.
Yeah, we're
von
just gonna
Hohenheim.
step up to this area. That's far enough.
High up there, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah, he's probably about like 10 or so feet above you. This is like a little little balcony edge. And he is just kind of looking down his nose at all of you. And he says, I do not recognize you. Why do you come disturb the peace in my city?
We've come to search for your aid, in a way. You see, we are adventurers. We are on a mission, a very divine one, to stop a coming darkness, and we have gotten word that in your realm rests power that we would need to stop a darkness that could destroy the world. I assume that as a leader of a nation, you have interest in protecting your own lands, so it would be to your benefit to cooperate with us.
Please, sir, won't you help us?
He kind of eyes you warily, and he says, what is this power that you seek?
The power of miracles. Five
And
of them
friendship.
in a and that. 5 of them in a candelabra.
His eyes immediately narrow. He's clearly immediately suspicious. And he kind of sits up and he says, how do you know of this?
As I said, we are powerful adventurers.
You kind of hear the folks up in the galleries kind of whisper among themselves a little more openly and urgently than initially. You kind of see all the guards tense a bit as you mention that you are indeed powerful adventurers. But Asher says, what makes you think you can harness this power? And what makes you think I would give it up willingly?
Taya is going to look at the party and with the, I'm gonna say something very daring now. Stop me if you want. And he takes a step forward and he says, because we know how to harness it, and if you do not wish this secret to be shared with your entire court, perhaps we should speak in private.
He looks around at like who's in the court, and he says, get out, all of you. The
Okay.
gods will remain.
Fire on the foot! Child, flee!
And you see the members of the court kind of stand and start heading out. Is Underfoot going with them?
Underfoot follows.
What, get my weapons!
Yeah, Underfoot. There is there's like a foyer out here, and there's the 2 guards standing right here that have Atea's weapons. Here, I'll put some tokens on the map for them. Tokens. And at some point I need to clean out my owlbear tokens.
Wait, are they
Uh,
really just gonna like let Underfoot go out?
I mean, if you want to. There's still guards. It's not like they're letting you like leave, but they're letting you leave the audience chamber.
Oh, they've made a grave mistake.
So here, because I didn't put it on the map, there's like an antechamber here that you all came through, and then like the front door itself is like here. There's the 2 guards here. There's a couple more of those guys. Oops. God dang it. Next to the door. And then there is a door here and a door here. Let's see if I can draw those real quick. All right, there you go, Underfoot. So all the members of the court are now just kind of like standing around out here in the foyer talking amongst themselves. This is how we do maps on the flies, guys.
Hell yeah.
Very old school. I love it.
Okay. And yeah,
And once
there's like
again, doing the unexpected.
yeah, and then yeah, so these are the guards that have the weapons. There are some guards on the door still. These doors are closed. And then there's like a little like doorway here and there as well.
Not to like Seahawk, but can I do panache on the one holding the weapons?
Sure. What are you saying to him?
See, as an action, you make a persuasion check. So I think you just have to make a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm. But what are you persuading him to do?
Oh, like I'm like trying to convince him to hand me the weapons.
Ah, okay, yeah. I believe it's in your action list.
I
If you hit exclamation mark A.
Yeah.
Are they hostile or non-hostile?
They are currently non-hostile.
Ooh.
Oh, it doesn't automatically roll the check. So you just make a persuasion check. I thought it would roll the check for you, sorry.
$25.
35.
The lowest you can roll.
Yeah. So you're just trying to convince him to like hand the weapons back over to you?
Yeah. I can try to roleplay it if you want.
No, that's right. They kind of like look at each other, look back at you, look over at the guards with the doors closed, and then they just kind of like shrug. They're clearly tired of holding mountains of weaponry, and then they literally just like dump it onto you. Yeah, so now you've got a nice big armful of the party's weaponry, and most of it being Ateas.
If I can do this like in the same instance, I'd like to like run back in.
Oh, nice.
Did you just have them in your arms?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like it, like when a small person is carrying like probably more than they should be.
Yeah, sort of like teetering around.
Yeah, so I'm just like, kind of like, I don't know if I have visibility or not.
Barely. You actually, because of all of Atea's javelins and you're holding them so awkwardly, you like barely fit through the doorway. But as you do, as you start to come in with weapons, the two guards here sort of do the thing where they drop their halberds like out across your path, barring your way from entering with all the weapons. And one looks down at you and just says, "No weapons are permitted in the audience chamber."
I try to point out their weapons. Like I'll gesture at their halberds, be like, "Those are weapons."
Yes, but we are authorized to carry these weapons in the audience chamber.
I also have a authorization. It's in my pocket. Do you want to reach down and grab it for me? Because my hands and arms are all full.
They do not reach down. They say, "You are not a member of the guard. You would not have authorization."
Can I see I don't know if Baxter's coming off the mic or not. Can the rest of the party like see or like hear this?
What's everybody's passive perceptions? I'll just look real quick.
15, 15, 16. What? 16.
I think I'm the only one with the over 20.
Yeah, I think not, because I think sort of the conversation would be ongoing with the High Justice at the moment, and the guards kind of talking to you quietly.
We can jump to the other group.
Okay.
While I think about this.
Yeah. So once the room is cleared, the High Justice sort of sits back in his chair and says to you, Atea, says, "Very well, you may speak."
We know there are shards of Anik. We know you have 5 of them. And we know you dabble in them to gain powers lent to you by those shards. And to your false priests. We also know that this is all a scheme. And we suspect that you are working for someone.
At this, he frowns a bit. But he says, "Far be it from me to determine how on earth you came by this information. But
Tell them, Archmage.
he just kind of glares at you, and he says, "If you know so much, what makes you think I would give up this power willingly?"
Because I think a greedy man usually values his own life above anything else.
Is that a threat?
Consider it more like a offer.
He frowns. An offer? What do you mean by an offer?
A offer to turn away from this path. I'm going to gamble a little bit, and he does look like, for Gino and for Rainey's for Fanny's approval before he gambles, which might and might not result in violence, like a non-verbal communication to his party, with the the look that Leonidas gives to Queen Gorgo before he kicks the Persian down
Down the well.
the whole look.
Yeah,
That look, like, may I?
I think Fanny, before you straight up engage us in combat, Fanny might say something along the lines of, what is he? Shaw? What's his full title?
High
Sure,
Justice.
High Justice.
High Justice Shaw. It also does not seem that you necessarily need the shards to wield the control over the people. So our having a discussion about your handing them over probably doesn't affect your overall plan.
He looks down at you and he says, you come into my palace and threaten to take away my power and threaten my life. What makes you think I would cooperate with you?
It's not your power.
But you see,
are-
it is.
Ah,
Run.
We are kind of robbers, that's true, but we also truth seekers and deliverers of justice. This is not the first time we had encountered your machinations, the theft of your daughter, and so on. And I do believe that he you work for is looking for coin, and whatever he promises you, be sure that he will not deliver. Once you have done what he wants of you, you will become obsolete.
He says, he kind of, he processes a couple of things from that statement as you mentioned about his daughter. He kind of his eyes go a little wide, and but then he begins to look angry as you mentioned him working for someone. But he says, are you the ones who rescued my wayward daughter?
No, I'm not.
It's like, God.
He squints. He says, but you claim to have knowledge of what's the words I'm looking for?
For kidnapping?
Yeah.
But that knowledge was freely shared at her wedding.
I've heard about it just in my travels. It's very juicy gossip.
His eyes narrow a bit, but he kind of seems to drop it. And he says, and what is it that gives you this impression that I am working for someone? How do you not know? What Mav is struggling for words.
Brain fart.
What gives you this impression?
Can I make an insight check
Sure.
to see what he's doing? Because I think he's fishing to know how much we know. 14.
Yeah, this guy is nigh unreadable for you, Atea. He has an experienced poker face on.
Well, what's our game? We can just straight out ask him, which I think might result in us coming to blow if he doesn't like it. I'm asking this to the party, like slightly lower voice. Because I don't think any of us think that he's a good guy.
Yes. How about you finish this word, High Justice Shaw? Mind?
Mind your own goddamn business.
Oh, losing composure, I see, my lord. Did we touch a nerve?
You could do another
Or
insight
get
check.
under your skin?
Are we in the act of verbally skinning you, perhaps?
He just looks like confused. He is
Maybe
like,
he doesn't know.
he's like, what is this madness? What are you talking about?
Okay, do you work for the Mind Skinner?
What is the mind skinner?
Oh, well then why was I being all mysterious? Anyway, do you know who Nalros is?
He like chews on the word. And he's like, no, who is this?
Then why are you sharing your power with false priests to scam your own people? For gold?
He just kind of like looks back down his nose at you, and he says, I know what is best for my people, and I know what it is they need. They need a sense of purpose, and they need a sense of happiness and fulfillment, and my religion gives it to them.
You have no such authority to pretend to be a god.
He laughs. He says, I do not pretend to be a god, but I do have the authority. This is my land, and these are my people.
Do you not fear judgment? Do you not fear that your people will rise up against you and throw down your lies? Half of your people are destitute. How is that any good? Which means
Because
you are either evil or you are an idiot.
he says, because it keeps them in line, and I am no idiot.
Then you are a tyrant.
Be that as it may, I keep my people safe.
From what?
How are the people that live in destitution safe?
They are safe from the likes of you, people who would work to exploit them and throw their lives away aimlessly. I give them purpose, and I keep them safe from the evils that are rising on the other side of the mountains.
He's talking about the mountain that we crossed, basically.
Yeah.
The Darkwood. Then we are doing the same. We need these shards of Anak to protect all the lands from that rising evil.
So we also are trying to rid the land of that evil.
he just kind of looks over each of you and he says, well, then I suppose I can commend you for this work, but you cannot have my shards.
Again, it sounds like you don't need the shards to do what you've been doing. How long have you been, High Justice?
Go
Is it okay
back.
for me to do this?
Yeah, let's we'll pivot there back to the underfoot scene real quick.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm a newbie.
No, it gives all of us a moment to think.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anywhere in here underfoot where you would be out of sight of the guards. In this in the antechamber here.
Okay. Are these like posts or like walls or?
Yeah, they're like walls. It's basically like a closet or something. There's a door on like oh, that is unhelpful. There's a door like kind of on the front of each of these. But I don't think there's anywhere in here because these guards are like facing in, sort of watching the room, and then these guards, now that you have taken the weapons away from them, are just kind of like standing here watching the room. And then same with this guard, he's just kind of watching the room.
Ooh, what if I like walk past, like walk through like these people, then go invisible?
Give me a yeah, give me a stealth check. Just to see if you can sort of negotiate your way through there and find a moment where you think, okay, it's my 7. Let me make some checks here.
I was looking through my notebook of how I can make the DM's job so much harder today.
I got 2 crit ones, so yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, you can sort of using your small stature and sort of the distracted conversations, sort of wend your way in between some folks here and find a moment where you're out of sight of each of the guards that you could slip on your ring and become invisible.
And then I'll just underfoot will like start walking through, assuming no one sees him.
Yeah, if you're invisible, you'd be able to get through there, no problem.
And I'll leave the. Oh, what did I just do? Oh shit! Where's the link?
Do you need an Owlbear link? Did you close the window?
I closed it on accident, but I went and scrolled back up.
I do that. I close the tab on accident all the time.
I guess just drop all of Atea's stuff and find him.
Oh, if you drop it, they become visible.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. I guess I could just stand there with it all.
Okay, yeah. If you're gonna stand there with it all, it would still be invisible. But if you drop it, it definitely will become visible, and some things will happen.
Okay. Okay. Stand there awkwardly, like holding the everything.
Okay.
Thing we don't know he's there.
Yes, you all don't know he's there unless he lets you know somehow. Yeah, and I think he walks up to you right as Fanny asks the question, "How long have you been the High Justice?" And he says, "I've been the High Justice for 50 years."
Then you don't need the shots to hold on to your power, as it has been yours half your life.
He says, but you see, I earned those shards. I found them. I discovered how to use them. I harnessed their power.
Does that mean if we find them in here, we can call finders keepers?
He,
Like coughs.
Like, wait, Undercroft?
He looks around for a moment and says, he kind of like sort of leans to left and right in his chair, seeing if he can see. He says, "There were 4 of you, weren't there? Where did the other one go?"
It's normal to overlook him. I tell you, we'll look around. Where's Underfoot?
I guess I'll like tap Matea with one of their weapons.
Mind not, Lord. He is easy to overlook.
He kind of eyes you suspiciously. He just says, "I see."
I had a cousin named Overlook.
That's good.
When did you discover the shards, and where did you find them?
He said they were discovered in various locations across Halep, these lands, and I acquired them over time from the places they were hidden and from the people that had found them. I united them, and I learned how to harness their power.
Was this around the time you became High Justice?
He shakes his head. He says, "No, I had already been High Justice for a time."
Lord, we do not want to rob you. We are asking for your help. And once the darkness is defeated, we have no intention of keeping what is yours for ourselves. We have
Even though
charge of
you.
It's like, I have no intention of keeping them for myself. So there's no reason why we can't work together. Because after all, with less support, we may fall in the south, and then the darkness will come for your land.
He kind of eyes you and he says, "What surety would you give me that you would return my shards if I were to lend them to you?"
I have no wish to keep your shards, and I am a man of my word.
I would need more than the word of a stranger.
Maybe like 2 strangers?
And are you invisible and just talking to him?
Yes.
Just talking.
Also, disembodied voice. Don't worry about him, Lord. You can't see him. Only, yes, he's like in a charm. Only the very smart can see him, and we all can see him. So
You can see me?
I roll my eyes.
So now you insult my intelligence.
No. I'm sure you're very smart. I'm sure you know, I have this math problem that I've been trying to figure out, and surprisingly the wizard can't get it. I don't wizards math me. I don't know.
And like I just start stringing along a weird mathematical problem that's nonsensical.
He shakes his head. He says, I have had enough of this. I think it is time you leave my city.
Oh, before we leave,
We're not. What was that?
Yeah, we're not leaving. You have a ring of false priests extorting and scamming people. Our divine duty compels us to get rid of that problem.
He says,
So that is what the real priests do.
Yeah.
he says, you call it a scam. It is no scam. I give them truth.
Words of a god that does not exist and miracles that cannot be performed save by gold. And who is this Almighty? If it is true, and it is a true god with divine powers, prove it. Prove your miracle workings. Prove that your priests are not liars.
He says, but see, the miracles are the truth. There may not be an actual God, the Almighty. That simply gives the people hope. But you see, the miracles, they are real. They come from the power of the shards, and I have taught my priests how to harness them. And those miracles give people hope. And you would take that hope away from them?
I will give them truth.
He says, what truth do you believe that it is that they want?
Truth that true prayers will bring about true powers. That faith is not based on a lie.
He laughs, and he says, "But
Baby,
God's..."
can I kill him? Please.
He kind of laughs exasperatedly, and he says, "True gods? What gods do you think would deign to lower themselves to helping the lowest of the low humans here in my land? Why do you think that what I offer them is any worse or any more of a lie to them than any of the other gods of the Pantheon?"
Wait, does he not know that his priests weren't actually healing people?
He knows. He just doesn't care. He believes that those of a lower class does not deserve the mercy of a god. That's what he's saying.
Well, so
He says no god. What he's saying is that no god would deem the lower class worthy of their miracles. Hence, he does not need to give them miracles.
his priests do give them miracles. His priests do heal them.
Yeah, but only in exchange for gold when they deem it necessary, not by divine power, which is what the priests say, right? Because
Fair,
the priests
yes.
say that if they pray and pay hard enough, the Almighty, the God, will perform a miracle. So the magic of the miracle itself is existent. It's just not divine and not given by a deity.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
give them a chance to commune with the true gods, the higher or lower pantheons. You convince them that there is only one God, and you yourself are the only person who decides is worthy enough by coin or virtue, who can get those blessings and those miracles from you. If you allowed the people to seek their own gods, they would be blessed by the gods themselves. They could learn of magic and pray and make their own way. You only want to use them for their money. You take away their autonomy and
I know.
you use it for your own gain. Phoenix fiery.
He kind of sneers down at you a bit, and he says, there has to be some level of aspiration to keep order and to keep people in line. This exchange merely provides the path for that.
I think you are just afraid to lose control, that once you have given them the truth and allowed them to think for themselves, that they will realize what a tyrant you are. And then they will rise up against you.
I would
That
like...
is your...
He says, I would like to see them try.
I turn around, look wildly around. Underfoot, are you there? Do you have my sword? Underfoot,
Yeah.
are you there? Do you have my sword?
Hello. Weapons
I
are
hold out
us.
my hand. Can you put a handle of my sword in there?
With like, how I just like, I'll just like finagle one of the weapons into a hand, like weapon handles into Atea's hand, but I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now
Like,
here's
can
the
I roll for
question:
that somehow?
which weapon is it?
How many weapons are there?
There is a long sword, 6 javelins, a long bow, another long sword, a quarterstaff, and a warhammer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11.
I roll
And
like
Fanny's-
D11.
Roll,
I finished
roll,
crossbow.
roll a d12, and Atea will trust you to go in order down the list to whichever
Yes.
number Underfoot rolls. If it's the 12th, it'll be Fanny's crossbow.
It's 1! It's 1! That's my sword! that's of all my attacks listed, the sword is the first one. Oh
Yeah, sure enough.
my god.
It's like Atea's summoning a shard blade.
Yeah.
Just holding her hand out to the side, and a sword just appears in, or his hand out to the side, a sword just appears in it.
Yeah.
I read the latest book.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw the sword out. And, can I face step up there?
I think the moment you draw the sword out, he stands to his feet, and the guards begin to run at you.
We rolling initiative.
I want to give Atea a bit of a surprise. Let's see. You gonna phase step up there?
Yeah. I don't want to attack him. I want to face step up there to be in his face and intimidate him.
Okay.
Just
I think in that case,
and maybe charm him because my face step does do a charm thing.
Yeah.
Every word he says is so anathema to Altea. This is painful, Mav.
Yeah. I think you can phase step up there, and then let's roll initiative, just to sort of see what order things happen in.
Need to make a DC 18 Wisdom save or be charmed, unless he is immune to charm.
You find.
Yeah.
So
Bludgeon.
yeah, he just puffs really loudly, like really annoyed, and then autumn leaves surround him, and he steps onto the leaves to carry himself up there. Please don't be mad at me, but this guy is so gross.
He's super gross.
Denethor moment.
Oh, well, Denethor is super cool, okay, in the books. Justice for Denethor, please. But he's worse than Denethor. At least Denethor grieved for Boromir. He's like Umbridge level of gross.
Yeah. I'd say so. I'd agree. I mean, I'm not mad about attacking him.
I don't want to kill him though, because he could give us more information. Just scare him a little bit.
Killing people without asking them their names is kind of like my campaign's MO.
I'm rolling a 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. 13 still doesn't hit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to his stat block and I can't remember where I put it. So give me a moment.
I'm sure he's a commoner, right?
Sure you would like that.
No, I actually don't. I actually want him to be like really dope. So what does the party say? Are we okay with scaring and bullying him?
I'm fine with
Okay
whatever,
with bullying
honestly.
him.
You are literally the exarch of a god. How could you not take offense of this guy pretending to be a god?
Oh, I'm okay with bullying him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
I
actually kill him.
I don't
Does
always
Gina
like
not take
killing
offense to this?
people. Oh yeah. She thinks what he's saying is gross. She's okay with lying a little bit though sometimes. She's not very good at lying.
Okay, this is getting really annoying. Why is it so hard to find? I think it's because I've made too many. Custom monsters. Let's take a 5-minute bio break. Let's take a 5-minute bio break while I try and find this, and then we'll come back. Sorry for the. I think this is a big loading screen.
Okay.
I think that kind of
All right.
might happen in my area also because I've noticed at like 3 or 4 in the morning my internet slows the hell down.
Right.
No,
Okay, all right. I
nothing that
finally
happens
found
with internet.
what I needed. Once we know Gino's back, we'll get rolling.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm back.
Cool. Okay, I have his stat block. He is not immune to charm, but he does have this. So let me roll my. What's he have to beat?
18.
Okay, he rolled a 28.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, he's not. I've never charmed anybody with this trick. Initiative.
Okay, yes. So initiative. Yeah, let's make some initiative checks. We're not necessarily like fighting, but I want to kind of see what order things happen in.
I think Fanny would go first because my initiative is not my Dex mod. It's from other stuff. So I'll put myself at 19.
Oh, okay.
Or 20.5 because we would beat layer actions.
I guess you also did kind of like.
Yeah, Fanny, just set yours at like 20. Yeah, just 20 is fine. And then yeah, underfoot. Can I get a initiative 23? Okay, so Atea, you grab the sword
Oh,
from you.
I
ahead.
go after Fanny, so I put myself at
I'll do
19.
20.5 and you do 20.
Yes. Thank you.
I'll switch it.
There we go. Atea face steps up there, and then you see underfoot. You'd see like all the guards have like lowered their weapons and are clearly getting ready to like run grab you. You get to go first.
I do?
Underfoot does.
Oh.
As always.
Oh, the 23, yes.
That's a low roll for him.
That is pretty low. Wait, I think I'm still invisible, right?
You are in fact still invisible.
I'm gonna drop everything.
Okay. There's just a pile of javelins, Fanny's crossbow, Atea's other sword.
And this is the closest guard.
Yes.
So like 5, 10, 15. I'm going to. I want to do a non-lethal strike.
Okay. Yeah.
I only have the rapier power. Is that gonna? Yeah. That's a quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, only it is magical piercing, but it doesn't do any additional like magic, spell magic damage, like force damage or anything. So I think it would be non-lethal. Could still be non-lethal, as long as you're not booming blading or anything.
No, not doing booming blade.
But an 18 does hit on this guy, and a 50 is a lot. Not 520. 50. He looks rough. But he is still standing.
Like he's still standing. Nice. I will. Let's see. So that was like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. How much movement speed do I have? I'm gonna zoom over here and just start blowing raspberries at these two guards,
Okay.
saying like "nanny nanny boo boo, you can't get me,"
Yeah.
and that'll be EOT.
Okay. That will bring us to Fanny.
Range. It's also involved the ones by the doors.
They definitely appear ready to react to the fact that you have very clearly threatened their High Lord.
I'm gonna try. Oh no. That's annoying. Hold on. Feet, that's 15. They're 35 feet. Oh man, I was gonna do something, but my spell range is 60 feet, but then they have to be within 30 feet of each other, which is kind of annoying. Actually, I'm going to I gotta move my person. 1, 5, 10. Do I know that? Oh, that's just the chest of things.
Yeah, that's just the pile of things.
I am going to cast command at
Whoa.
4th level,
Okay.
at least on the 4 back here,
Oh, nice.
because they have to be within 30 feet of each other for me to cast the spell on
yeah.
multiple things.
Mhm.
So 4 would encompass these 4. And I am going to cast it as flee. So cast and then dash L4 to do it at 4th level.
Yes. Dash L's space 4.
Yes.
Okay. They have to make a 22 wisdom save.
22, you say?
Yes. On these 4 guards, and I'm going to yell at them. I'm going to yell at them. What am I gonna say? Get out of here. Okay, so she's gonna say, yes, flee, you fools. Get out of here. Your justice is a fraud, and the power of my God commands that you flee.
Okay. 22?
22.
Okay, those guys.
Wisdom save.
Those guys can't even make the save. Those guys don't. Yeah, so they are thus commanded. Where's the charmed flag? I'll just give them frightened.
As I see them, I don't know where they're gonna flee
They
to.
won't be able to move till their turn, but yes.
Okay. I will say, High Justice Shaw, comply so that your people don't get hurt. And that's the end of my turn.
You're telling High Justice Shaw to comply also, but you're just saying that. Yeah.
Saying that just for flavor.
Okay.
Like, comply with us.
Yeah.
Like, comply with us so that
Yeah, I follow.
you spare your people.
I follow. Okay. That'll bring us to Atea.
Right. I would. Does he respond to the what Fanny said? Is there a visible reaction to it? Like just a quick vibe check, basically.
Yeah. Give me an insight check, free insight check.
20.
With a 20, it doesn't seem like that's what he's gonna do.
All right. I will say I don't want to attack him, but I'll I would like to grapple him. Like, I want to grapple him by the front of his thing and pull him out of this chair. So, and then have him grappled so he can look upon this scene, which is a grapple check.
Manhandle him a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Not just a little bit, like quite a bit.
Quite a lot of it.
Yeah.
Atea is
Like literally
Very buff,
whipping him off the throne.
He rolled he rolled an 18 plus 7 is
25.
25, which does not beat your 27.
Awesome.
You have grappled him.
I will go grab him, and then his hand like goes behind this guy's neck, so he's like holding him on the back of his neck just to push him into the scene and say, "Behold, that is the power of a true deity. You can give up your false godhood, or all in this room will die."
He was like,
Oh my
even
God.
me?
The two's gonna kill us all.
What do you think will happen when we hang your head above your gates? Where's your control then?
Make an intimidation check, please.
Okay. Oh,
Oof.
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
But then this guy is like super strong. Oh, just to make my point, I summon my echo as a bonus action.
Nice.
Another Atea appears on the other side of him.
Wow. Wow.
He saved! He saved, didn't he?
He crit failed.
Oh!
Having a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, his eyes.
Imagine it's like a Tuesday and then you're just holding court and suddenly someone like, hey, dude, your priest has been killed. He's like, what? Arrest them. And then they just come in here and start bullying you.
Yeah, basically.
I also
He
don't know
sounded-
if he knows we've killed the priest. We just disturbed the peace.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally,
It-
people
it-
get brought in for being like a little raucous.
And it later turns out it's not about the priest at all. It's like some of us loitering on the street or something.
Yeah, his eyes go wide. And he is he's just like spare me, spare me, spare me.
Tell your men to lay down their arms. That'll be my turn. It's like, duh.
He just shouts out. He shouts out, "Stand down, you fools! Stand down!" And yeah, the guards all freeze.
Now, let's talk again. You have no authority to judge, to pretend to be a god. It is but our honor that we are not robbing you and persuading you to help us. But this false god business, it must stop.
Wait, are we not doing might makes right?
No, we are not doing might makes right.
Boo.
Because might makes right is what he is doing.
Yeah, you gotta teach him a lesson.
I prefer to give even them a. There's like literally just talking, having a conversation with other players. I'll give him a chance. If you refuse, then I'll do with him what I did with the priest.
Oh, I didn't think we were actually gonna kill him. I thought we were just gonna rob him.
You killed one of my priests?
No, that's not why we're being arrested.
He says, we knew there had been a disturbance at the temple, but we had not had time to investigate it yet. You're telling me you killed one of my priests?
Well, I gave him a chance to atone. He refused. So I
Those
will let
ghosts.
two gods judge him. I just sent him there.
And is that the way you intend to treat me as well?
Depends on if you repent or not. Because the day of your reckoning is coming. If I sent you here today or in 2 years, it's but a blink of an eye for me. But you still have a chance.
We still initiative.
We are kind of I think he just eyes you warily, Atea. He doesn't make another move. He also doesn't really say anything else.
So what do we do now? Mateus really just was pissed about him like playing God. As for the shots, I mean, we don't really have a right to rob him.
What if we draw a power rune on the floor
And bring down the castle.
Make a bunch of cursed horses.
Not that rude.
That's mental torture. That's mental torture.
Are we still allowed to speak freely?
Yeah, you can. We'll say we're out of initiative since the guards aren't really reacting anymore at his word.
How about we give him a bit of time to think about this? Definitely life-changing decision that he has to make.
No thinking. Action, reaction.
Yeah, Gina's gonna step 5 feet forward and Misty step into the chair and just recline.
Ah! We have a new ruler!
He just kind of looks around. He's like, "Fools, the lot of you."
I've been called worse by it better.
Oof.
Yeah. Gonna let him go and jump off. He's like, think about this. We're not leaving your city anytime soon.
Yeah, he kind of looks like he wants to stop you all from leaving, but then kind of clearly thinks better of it after the way you sort of just almost manhandled him. But he lets you leave.
Wait, I have a question over the table.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've asked this before and I forgot. Do the shards like kind of like would they point to each other? Would like so for Underfoot's shard that he has on his person, if he brought it out, like would he be able to tell where the other shards in the city are?
No, but
Okay.
I think you all have from the professor. Don't you all have one of the like shard detector thingies?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We do?
You
Yeah,
have to
the
be,
shots
like-
don't point at each other, but the detector. But the
Yeah,
range is really small, isn't it?
Right. It's like I think like 50 yards or something.
I think I am prepared to locate objects for today. Yeah, I did. Bafdu, do we want to go somewhere and discuss our plans, what we do with the city?
Oh, like what if we just went and took the shards from inside the keep?
Like, cool, but that's like robbing him.
I mean, as long as he doesn't see.
Well, we still stole from him then. But then he is still going to continue to oppress his own people.
We could make fake shards with the abacus. Wait,
Yeah, we can, but we have definitely like two problems. One of which is he's a freaking tyrant oppressing his own people, and we need his shards.
I mean, when we're going through, I think isn't like the so-called church the worst thing that we saw? Oh, I guess not really.
Like, the separation between rich and poor are very, very strong, and they are definitely like oppressing the poor people and lying to them, siphoning their money, and all of that. Are we not gonna care about that?
Bargaining chip idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how Atea will feel about it.
I guess we need to talk about it.
Um,
Bainey
Are
is
y'all-
going
First off, real quick, where are y'all having this conversation? Are you going to leave, or are you just going to have it standing there in front of?
I think. Well, because Fanny's going to. Yeah, I guess right here because we haven't left yet. Is that it? We leave. We don't get the shards.
We need to be. I would like us to think it through, come up with a plan. How to do it. We can just run around this castle until we find it and take it and leave. We definitely can do that. He
I
doesn't
like it.
deserve
Let's
it.
go.
But then what of the people here? Are we just gonna come here and cause a bloodbath and leave?
I mean, we don't have to kill anyone. But Fanny's got a plan.
Yeah, Finny, what's your plan?
Well, I was gonna try to bargain saving his priest's life for the shards.
That's a good choice.
I can resurrect him. I believe.
Worth a try.
Right? True resurrection doesn't say anything about headlessness. I don't think so.
I forgot I cut off his head, so resurrection wouldn't
Totally do
work.
that. It says nothing about headlessness. Other restorations say things.
That's very generous of you. Wait, don't you need a bunch of materials for it?
Do I need a bunch of material? I do probably need a bunch of material.
And it just so
Oh, yeah, I
happens
need, like,
we're
a
in like a
fuck ton
big
of
castle.
Oh, but do you know who has a fuck ton of money?
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
He has a fuck ton of money.
25,000.
Holy
Yeah.
moly.
It's not cheap.
25,000 GP.
So what if?
And a little holy water.
Yeah, I have the holy water down. Don't worry. That I should contribute. But would we know if you sew the head back on and have lay on hand ready? Would it work with resurrection?
It says nothing about headlessness.
Yeah, but we're
close
trying
all
to be
wounds.
cheap, so we take resurrection.
Oh,
That's the only normal. 500
No, I think
diamonds.
it says. I think resurrection itself says if a body part has been
Remove
does not
that
work.
doesn't grow back, which means does it work if we put the head back on, sew it tight, really, shut really tight, and as soon as you resurrect him, we can heal him up so the wound heals up. Would that work? Ataya's like asking you this for real. Like,
I'm gonna say no.
he's never resurrected anybody. All right.
Wait, Resurrection? Is this the old or the new one?
This is the
The legacy.
This is the legacy. Let me spell.
Oh wait, hold on.
Mine,
Mine says something different.
yeah, mine is 2014 version. It's also 1,000 gold, and it also says missing body part. The spell close all mortal wounds and restores any. Whoa, resurrection does restore body parts.
Slightly less expensive.
Yeah,
Diamond.
restores any missing body parts. Does the head count as a body part?
It's a part of the body.
I mean, yes, 1,000 gold we can probably persuade him to do. I don't think this man would pay 25,000 gold to resurrect one of his priests.
He doesn't. I mean,
He doesn't strike me as this kind of man who cares for his servants.
I mean, if the priest is like alive, was there a crime committed?
Yes, very much so.
But I already admitted it to it.
you
Right,
did.
but I mean like oh, we'll just cast resurrection on them. All better. Slight PTSD.
Maybe a stint in the fugue plane or in a divine realm may teach him otherwise, that lying to people with a false god is a bad thing. You know, near-death death usually does change you quite a bit. Fanny,
Well, if we
you
if
have-
we don't if we
Yeah,
don't
but-
think that he would bite for that, then I don't have to offer it.
if it soothes your conscience, why not?
Think we
You have my full support.
I like this plan.
So,
Gotta cast guidance on you.
oh, well, thank you.
I also will cast guidance on you.
Do I get double guidance?
No.
I don't actually have guidance.
Fanny's going to holler at this man. She's going to say, if you value the life of your people as you claim you do, that you want them to be safe and protected, in exchange for the shards and some materials, I will resurrect your priest who died today.
You. So this is Mav asking. You said he has to give up the shards and some materials to resurrect the priest.
Yeah, we want the shards of Anak, don't we?
I mean, you do.
And renounce your evil schemes.
Very eloquent.
He just looks down his nose at you and he says, I would allow you to resurrect my priest to avoid prosecution for his murder. I would even be willing to be generous and pay you for the materials. But I would not trade the shards.
What'd you trade the shards for?
There is no price that I am willing to pay. Or, be paid. Accept, that's the word. There's no price I'm willing to accept.
I really was hoping you would pay us to take your shards.
I know, right? I said materials. I didn't say you had to give what those materials were yet.
Oh.
Wow, okay, yeah, that could work.
So he
He said he won't.
didn't like that. Maybe highballed that a little.
That's fair. Well, we did kill a man today. Well, I did.
I was gonna say.
Huh. What do we do? I give my
Fanny,
word.
I think, is just going to like huff and she doesn't like that. She doesn't like it.
Shall we go and discuss this and be back tomorrow?
Yeah. Fanny starts walking out.
So does Tir. We need a better approach to this.
Wait, you forgot all your stuff.
Oh my god, my stuff! Sorry.
I pick up my crossbow.
I pick up the other 10 of my weapons. Thank you, thank you. Almost forgot about them. Thank you, Underfoot. That was great work. Thank you.
Yeah, now we just need to rob this guy. Wait, what? Who said that?
This poor man, can we go and find a place to stay? Is there any place that would accept us in the city?
Well, we can
let's
take
just
off our
stay here.
disguise, and they won't know who we are.
Yeah, we're still all technically disguised.
That's true.
You are all currently disguised.
Hey, we can come back tomorrow as a different group of people and make exactly the same request.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's like
Yeah.
when you use this guy's self in Baldur's Gate, that old lady will give you endless food. The one in the Druid Grove.
Oh yeah, the one in the Druid Grove. Yes. I mean, yeah, y'all haven't really explored the city very much, but yeah, they let you leave.
As soon as we're outside, like maybe out of sight, drop the disguise. You know, so we are not clocked and pursued.
Lots of bushes to hide in, it looks like over here.
Yeah. Gino?
Yes. I do think it would be fun to come back. It's different people.
Yeah.
Yeah. We come back and then we say, "Oh, hello, High Justice Shaw. We are looking to purchase some shards of Anek."
We heard
Oh.
another party came and tried to negotiate with you.
And they failed, and we won't fail.
We would offer you a better price.
No price is too steep for us to acquire these shards of Anek. I sound like now I'm talking like Moira Rose. No price is too high for this group.
JD, can you, Gino, can you drop the disguise once we're like outside and out of sight?
Yeah.
Rim is worried about why there are resurrection spells in chat right now.
Should we troll him and say someone died? Oh, poor Rem. I feel so bad for him. Oh, poor Rem.
This is me over the table. I feel like we didn't do this right.
Okay.
I feel like,
That's how it goes sometimes.
yeah.
True.
I don't think there's a right. There's no way this guy is going to give up the shots of Anik. He's such a proud man, arrogant to be exact, and
Powerful.
yeah, you know, he believes him. This is a man who believes that he has the right to play God.
Wait, what about modify memory?
About what?
Like, make him to change his ways.
Mm.
Hey, it worked in Critical Role.
No, it didn't. It worked for a while, but then the thing is, how long has he been playing God? We can change like one event. He can maybe forget that we were here, but you can't use modify memory to change his personality. I mean, we could use ceremony for atonement or something, if he is truly willing.
Oh, that you experienced within the last 24 hours.
Yeah, we can make him probably forget that we were here. Then we can really come back as a different group.
Well, it goes up to 365 days to go with a level 8 spell slot. Oh, but you're right, it is only one event.
Yeah. He will not, like, unless there is one event that inspired him to believe he can be God. And even then, his personality is still this douchebag.
So we could at least like change this meeting.
Yeah, we can change, like,
Something.
we flattered him so much he actually likes us or something.
Do Do the shards corrupt like Horcruxes or the
No.
ring? Do we know if if like having possession of the shards corrupts people?
We've never felt anything like that, have we?
Like kind of. It's like we fought an Oni, and I think it was actually like an orc that had one of the shards implanted in it or something.
Oh, I mean, we did get them from evil creatures very often who use the shards for power. Has any of you felt the pull towards evil since we had the shards?
Thunderfoot looks nervous.
Oh.
Taya also looks nervous. No, I don't think it's the shards' influence.
No, you guys have not felt any corrupting influence coming from the shards.
Maybe the shard is amplifying whatever is already there. As in, if he's an arrogant guy having this ancient artifact, which is just like 100 years ago, it's really not that long ago. Maybe it amplified his delusion of grandeur. But either way, he has no right to decide these people's faith and stuff. Please. He is evil. We have to take him out somehow. We can't just leave here and allow him to continue to oppress his own people.
What kind of food do you think he likes?
You're just thinking of poisoning him?
No, you said we have to take him out.
Yes, I will seduce him, and when I'm bed with him, I'm going to stab him.
Yeah.
Why don't you
He's
just
going
stab
to
him
say
now?
that with a deadpan.
Thought you only had eyes for Professor Robinson.
And sometimes Gino.
What? No! Underfoot, what are you talking about? Alright, he needs to be taken down.
We're just talking in the street.
I think so.
Can we talk and talk and find a... You know what? We should find the poor area and see if there is a revolution going on.
Well, we could start one.
We can start one. Is there just a poor area in the city where we can... You know what? We can just... Who can scout from the air?
I can summon my familiar.
I think
Yes,
we all can.
I think we're not allowed to fly in the city.
Oh.
I mean, you can turn invisible and fly up.
I mean, you also kind of scouted the city a little bit on your way in, and before you got here. But the gray streets and the eastern district are the poorer areas.
Yeah, let's just go in there and find a tavern to discuss and see if there's a plan we can come up with. This building looks colorful. I don't know, this purple thing looks like a brewing tank to me.
In fact, yeah, there is like a little bit of a market here with an inn and tavern.
Oh my god, I thought we were
what's
still in
that?
the throne room. I didn't know the map changed.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh
Because
no.
I was looking at it and I'm like, we're just still in the throne room. Like, okay.
Oh no, we went outside.
We also dropped seeming.
Do I have?
Oh, was it Gina? Was it you that said that you thought we didn't do that the right way?
No, that was Winfrix.
That was one.
That was Winfrix. Okay. We can maybe debrief afterwards.
Gotta have a generic tavern map in here somewhere.
You can use one of our One of our ones from one of the other things.
I'll use the Blue Water Inn map.
The Barovia one.
Ooh.
People are in it.
Not anymore. Oh, why didn't they go away? Not anymore. There they go.
It's just like an empty tavern.
We didn't have a city tavern.
I have one somewhere. I'm not. I like I said, I gotta come back in here and reorganize some of these maps. Oh, I know where I have one. Maps. Here we go. This one will work.
Who has the cool drinks?
Yeah, we'll just use this one. It's fine for flavor. Yeah, you're able to find a tavern. Sparsely populated, but there's a few people hanging out in here.
Oh, Gina's so small.
Oh, I was just trying to fit in the chair.
Oh gosh.
Oh yes, hot dogs. So what do we do?
Finn says tavern food like hot dogs.
I'm okay with robbing him of the shots. I don't think he deserves them. But we got to help these people. If we don't do anything, this will continue.
Love all the food on the table. I don't think he'll stop merely because we take the shards away.
Exactly. So we need an alternative. Do we know if he has heirs?
Yeah, it's Dutter.
But she's married now.
Yeah, what if... Oh, If he disappeared, would she inherit the throne?
Oh, no. Gonna turn around to this random tavern and say, "Hello, we're not from here. Who is the heir of the High Justice?"
You think it's the mid justice or the low justice?
Slightly less high justice.
They all kind of look a little confused, but this woman kind of turns to you and says, well, the High Justice's only child is his daughter.
Does it work that the daughter is now married to a baron from a foreign country?
I don't know.
Huh. Cool. Maybe we can. Maybe it is the daughter. She seems like a good woman to me.
We overhear those people say, "What a bunch of idiots."
What's that about? Either way, he needs to be taken out. Can't be left in power.
Why? So why can't we kill him?
I'm not sure you guys want to kill him. In my book, he's already dead. I mean, there's no worse crime than that of what he has committed. It's just a question of timing.
I mean, is it really our job though?
It is mine.
I thought we were trying to like save the world.
But we can't.
Here's how we start.
That is one of which. I don't really insist upon distributing justice wherever I go, especially not with small things. But this is the greatest of evil, what he's doing. I cannot in good conscience turn a blind eye to it. Can you? He's going to look around at the table.
I don't think that what he is doing is right at all. He is harming people, and he doesn't see any wrongdoing, and he kind of doubles down and wants to hold on to his power.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if he says he's not working for anybody but himself. I don't know if I believe him. When you executed that priest, we had no information. We had no information about anything happening here in Haleb. And I don't know if the priest should have been executed in that way. The other members of our party here made a point of cutting off the head of Snake, I believe. If he is the head of this
Serpent.
serpent, yes, if he's the head of this serpent,
Cheers,
then
spitting that word out.
then maybe killing him is the only answer. I don't know if we have enough information to make that call yet.
I have enough. He literally told us that he lies to his people for control. He thinks he's doing good, and that's the trick in it, because all evil men think that what they're doing is good and right, and that gives them the right to be evil.
But you said that same thing to that priest.
What thing?
The same type of thing, that you believed that they were evil. The priest that you killed, and she's kind of quiet. The priest you killed in the church thing.
I do believe that, fully. It's not just what he has done, it's also what he thinks. He did not believe that what he did was was wrong. And that is the evil in it. I think the true evil does not lie in breaking the law, but to see the harm they've done and remain utterly unbothered by it.
And that may be true about Shaw. But how many other people are you going to kill before we get to him?
Hopefully none, except those who stand in my way.
What about those who sit in your way?
Well, if they oppose me, then yes, they will die as well. Usually they lie down before I kill them because I shove them over.
Oh, that's good.
But I think that priest, even if we've taken down Shaw, do you think the priest who fully believe exploiting others for his own benefit, it's the right thing to do, will stop his ways? He will turn to another master and he will continue his evil ways.
But we
And
don't
then-
yet know who his master is, right?
We know it's Shaw. But then if we kill Shaw and he lives, he will turn to another one, and another one, and another one. Maybe he will repent at some point. But I don't stick I don't really operate on hope that they might repent once they run out of masters.
So is ignorance evil?
It is our duty to educate them should they be ignorant. And if they recognize it, they will have to atone, but maybe not with not pay with death. But he knew what they were doing. He was not ignorant. We'd interrogated him under the spell, and he knew what they were doing. And when given the choice, he banked on his master to save him, than to take his own fate into his own hands. You disapprove of what I did.
Do you not think he's merely being complicit? That for some people who are underneath the truly evil leader, such as Shaw, they choose complicity because it is survival. And he might have convinced himself that the wrongs he were doing were for, as they think, this greater good of safety. Yes, he is greedy, but is not, is greed not something that humans, right, Atea? These are humans we're talking about. They don't live for centuries. They don't get to see the ebb and flow of good and evil. They may never meet a god or experience a deity. So
But why would they refuse if they're given the chance to repent? I told them that should he repent, he will be under my protection. Just
chose
an
a
evil
strange man
master.
who walks into. He was unarmed and he was non-hostile.
I don't understand why he would. I do understand why they would choose an evil master. But he had a choice, and he chose Shaw.
But did he truly have a choice?
So you think that I shouldn't have killed him because he had no choice, that he has to follow Shaw?
I mean, we know he wasn't charmed, but we don't know if he truly believed there was another way. You are a stranger coming to him after God knows how many years he's been convinced of this scheme.
Huh.
No, so yes, or what am I saying? So yes, Atea, I do not think
He deserved death.
executing that priest was the right thing to do. And I'm not sure, if we, if this is merely a serpent or if it's a hydra.
But then it doesn't mean I must I must judge no one until the heads of all Hydra heads were cut off. But how many will be hurt on the way until then? What?
We don't know.
I took an oath to slay evil. You were there, Underfoot.
It was.
Yes.
Was I?
But at some point, people may be judged as a greater evil even if they themselves serve a master. Because I know what great evil looks like. The very first. And many who serve him become evil, even if they were not so in the beginning. And even when their master was slain or shunted or imprisoned, many still hold to such ways because this is what they have become.
I believe, Atea, that you are able to make those decisions. I think you believe what you are doing is right.
I must.
And but there are things like killing people with impunity that I don't know if that's right either. Truly evil things, like fiends and abominations and aberrations, dragons and
Evil men.
yes.
What else?
Well, there again, some of those things are very clearly very evil, but humans are so malleable.
But humans do not deserve a lighter sentence just because their life is shorter. They are extremely passionate. They have just the same faculties as everybody else. I would perhaps judge a human child or a youth weaker than I would judge an elven one, given the length of their lives. But they're just as capable and passionate people, sometimes maybe even more than else.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you caught like a shop thief, like it was like this person stole bread,
Mm-hmm.
and like they were caught, brought to you for justice, and like how would you handle that?
Well, take their hand for stealing. If it is
And
made out of greed, if they have some reasons, as if I have a sick mother at home and I really need food, then it will be a firm warning. But if they do it repeatedly and repeatedly, and I suppose a hand, there must
So-
be punishment for crimes.
So if they took bread because they needed they were super hungry and they couldn't find a job, and like the only way for them to keep food, like to keep their belly full, was to keep stealing, you would punish them?
Depends on their intent, I suppose. In this city, perhaps not. I would search who is truly evil behind all of this. But if it's just a thief, Underfoot, you steal a lot of things and I don't care about it. My job is not to catch a thief or stop a starving man from thieving. But these guys, these priests, I think without them, the thief might not be hungry. I do believe to a certain degree every man must be responsible for what they do. They cannot always blame it on their master. But, Thane, next time I do something rash or judge harshly, maybe you can stay my hand.
We may have to see.
Which is what I did today. I really wanted to kill him.
You could have knighted him.
Yeah, I could have.
And then slipped. No. shit.
I think there's more at play here.
And, if the only other thing too is, and I'm not, if he truly is evil and he truly is the head of this serpent, killing him and sending him, out of this realm might be the best thing for all of the people who live in Haleb. We still have to figure out if what we are dealing with is a serpent or a hydra.
I think it's a Hydra.
if we find out that there are more priests, say, or other powerful people, that even if we remove him from power, who is to say that more won't take up after him and continue to oppress these people?
Which is why we must have a solution before we let loose this power vacuum.
Ooh, let's get our own Hydra and release it on them.
Power vacuum
I
is
think
a good phrase.
way out the Hydra. He points at the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 heads.
We
His
are a
daughter-
Hydra.
His daughter might be a good choice. And, well, you know what? Once he's taken down, we can talk to his priests. Those who repent shall be given a choice, given a new chance. Those who do not, they will be sent to gods to judge. And also, the death is not the end. They'll have a life after that.
Ooh, what if we did long-term goals and short-term goals?
Huh? What are you talking
We-
about?
We can make getting the shards the short-term goals, and then fixing this kingdom the long-term goal.
You mean we take the shots and leave?
I mean, if that's how you want to say it.
I'll think about it. Feel like
Might take a while.
leaving without a solution feels like betraying myself.
It's a
mean-
strategic. What's the word I'm looking for? Withdrawal?
You can call it however you want. It will not change the way how I feel about this.
Yeah, that's why it's a long-term goal. Fanny, you were trying to say something.
Going to say, yes, if we go take the shards, dispose of Shaw, and return at another time, we might still find that the Church of this Almighty God has persisted. Underfoot might have a point in that it may take longer to solve that one problem than the other.
Hmm. I see. This is a political issue that might take a while. I gotta take a look at this bar. How poor do the people look like here?
Yeah, how much sawdust are in these hot dogs?
We somehow have the most food out of anybody on any table.
Yeah, I mean, these people aren't like so destitute that they're beggars, but they're definitely, they're poor.
Just
Look how many-
so you know, like between all of us, we have like gear of 1.5 million.
They have so
Gold.
many
Ish.
beats back here. Let's look at all those beats.
Whoops.
We're literally walking around with millions of gold worth of gear.
Underfoot, the beets. This is the Blue Water Inn from Strahd, and beets is one of the only things they have to eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's all
it's all
beets
beets.
too. Look at all the beets. Oh, there's some potatoes over here.
There's a steak over here. Is this one of those expensive wolf steak?
Yes, it is.
Oh, really?
But yes, you all do kind of stick out like a sore thumb because of how well to do you all look.
Underfoot Do you all have any ideas of what we should do?
Right now, I'm gonna shake this hot dog in my mouth. Yeah. And then I'm gonna eat another hot dog, and that's really as far as I got.
I think that these people are not going excuse me, are not going to be well until they are empowered of some sort. Perhaps we can open a school here.
Wait, doesn't that take money?
Darn. Foiled again by the economy.
Boo.
I mean, we also don't really know much about this place at all, so maybe they do
Except-
have a school.
Yeah, except they have an evil tyrant as ruler.
Not for long.
How quiet are we talking about this? Or we're just sitting in the middle of this place and conspiring to depose their leader.
Coloring. I said I was trying to be like quiet.
Yes, I'm just giving you all the benefit of the doubt and assuming that you're trying to be appropriately quiet.
All right, we take the shots. We go back to Quinn. We talk to the princess, to the baroness, and see if she has any input, because this is her father we're talking about. And once we have her blessing, or some promise at least that things will get better, we come here and make sure tyranny is eradicated.
Yeah, what if we imprison the king, and then the duke or the baron can take over this kingdom and be an empire?
Yeah, I don't want to make this political,
I mean,
Already political.
yeah.
but it's not for us to judge who becomes king. My problem with this tyrant is that he is a tyrant and he is posing as a god. Sorta.
I was gonna say, I don't think he's actually posing as a god.
He certainly is playing one. He makes the judgment that in his mind are that of the gods to judge, and he makes me want to vomit. And I have seen evil.
So we're doing the short term, long term?
I'm not happy about it, but yes, I think that's more sensible.
Also, revolution just starts with a spark. We just need to find the spark.
He is going to take off his take off his gauntlet and take out a dagger to cut his palm and whisper a elvish prayer, and then heal it up and put his gauntlet up. I will not
If
forget
there's-
this.
If there's ketchup on the table, Underfoot will just put ketchup on his palm.
Like whisper to the ketchup.
And makes a promise to have another hot dog. I'm sorry, this
Are you
I meant
making a
to-
mockery of my oath?
I realize that's exactly what it sounds like. And that was not my intention. And I'm just gonna play with it.
Tir's gonna take his hot dog and shove it in your mouth.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. It seems we are accumulating things to do, but not having enough time to do it. Well, let's go get the shards then.
Yeah. How do we get back in and get the shards?
At this
Well-
point, I am of a mind to storm in, punch this guy in the face, and just take it.
I can prepare Meteor Swarm.
We don't want to destroy their homes. I mean, he's not the only one who lives in a palace. You have so many servants who live there, attachés and seneschals and whatnot. We don't know which one of them is innocent, so let's not meteor spawn that place.
Ooh, and he doesn't know what we look like.
It's rather easy to tell, right?
Do I look like you?
I mean,
Oh, that's a very good
was-
point.
it was just me and with human face. And also, I mean, if you see like me walking in there with a small and a points to other with a small scaled person, with you who is also small, with Gino who is also kind of small, and with Umstrak who is agility, I think it doesn't take a genius to realize we're the same people.
He did say he was not an idiot, like twice. So he'd
Yeah.
probably figure it out.
And also the way he has also a very strong mind and very strong body despite his looks. He did roll a 25 on athletics.
How have you all retrieved, the other shards?
We killed whoever held them.
Yeah,
Ah.
we usually kill them.
Why break tradition now?
I mean, so first of all, Fanny, to our defense, one of which was an Oni who tried to eat us. The other one is a orc band who was raiding around, and when we found him, he sent literally his entire warband to die while he was inside eating a chicken. And then there was a Medusa who tries to turn me into a stone, and
Most of the time, it's bad creatures doing bad things.
yeah, and then there was this fey creature who nearly killed us and kidnapped a princess. So most of them are pretty evil. Just to my defense.
I mean, yeah, most of
And
those
then Professor
creatures
Robinson gave
are
us a couple.
are usually pretty evil.
Well, shall we go in tomorrow? Ask nicely. And if not, punch him in the face and ransack the place.
Ooh, what if like half of us talk to him and the other half is just like, nah, bro, we're gonna take your shit, but not actually tell him that?
Do you think that he's
Not-
gonna double his protection now that
100%. It's what I would do.
we did that?
He only let us walk because he had no way of stopping us. He knows what we are after. He will see that coming, and he will have traps laid out for us. If he's not, then he is an idiot. Which he said he's not. So we should
At least
think that-
twice.
Yes, we should think he's waiting for us.
The fun thing about being the DM is that I'm envisioning what Shaw is doing right now while you all are sitting around eating hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to imagine he's panicking and it's like, oh shit, they're gonna be back. Oh my god.
Or he's throwing a tantrum like, find them, kill them! I
Like,
want
what the
their heads! Oh,
What
my
the
table!
fuck just happened?
Is he probably telling people to sing or something?
Yeah, sing me a song while I send my son to die or something.
Well,
Should
we
we
have
go
time.
now
One
or
of
tomorrow?
you. Oh. I was gonna ask if we wanted to talk to any people to find out if there's already a rebellion underway.
I would love to.
And do we want to wait for Umthrak to be back from his walkabout?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So, Altea would invite Fanny at least to join him, and he says, you know what? That temple is fleecing people for using their desperation. Now, I don't believe I did anything wrong by killing them, but I did took hope from them in some way. And because we're going to leave without doing anything on it, I must atone. Would you like to accompany me to the poorest area to see whoever we can heal? And then we go rest and go rob the guy tomorrow.
Oh yes, I wouldn't mind helping anybody that I can.
Wait, who's zooming around the map?
I think it's the DM, right?
What?
Sync view?
I wasn't doing anything.
You were zooming.
Yeah. The map
Like
is
moving
zooming
around.
by itself. Who's doing that?
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right now it says syncing view next to your name.
Yeah,
How?
it's going in. and out.
What?
You must have done something. So next to your name
How do
under the player.
I get
Oh,
there.
there we go.
That's
Now it's gone.
weird.
Oh, were you like going in to edit the map or something?
Yeah, I was doing something random.
Inside the DM.
Yes. Yeah, I would like to inside the DM as well. Wait, what? He's hiding in a bathtub right now.
He's in the bathtub eating a hot dog. Oh, you were using this space over here.
Yeah.
That's why we were all zooming in and out, but you had no idea that we were synced with you, so we were all just
No.
like, what's happening to the map?
I must have accidentally hit a hotkey for it or something. That's funny.
I just thought my owlbear was freaking
Yeah,
out on me.
I saw them too because first time it was zoomed into this area and it was all fucked out. I thought map changed scene.
That's funny.
Yeah, let's go find out if there is a rebellion going on and if we can go heal a bunch of people or something.
We
You
should
know, the
probably find out if
poorest.
there's any room in this inn before we run around healing people.
Wait, Gino, do you have a palace?
Like a pocket palace?
I did actually make a palace, and then I think I didn't go back there within 24 hours, so it no longer exists. Oh, sorry, that was a temple.
Oh, yeah. So you don't have a pocket palace?
No, that also sounds. Never mind.
Something like never mind.
I have 90 gold. We can definitely rent some rooms in here.
Oh yes. Atea just walks up to the barkeep and says that.
Yes, he says, like, I have some funds. Do you have rooms?
She steps over and kind of looks you up and down. And she says,
He's not your type, I swear.
she says, yeah, we have some rooms. How much are you willing to pay?
He takes out like his whole coin purse.
Wait, no, put it back, put it back.
Oh, okay, okay.
I will pay you. 2 silver.
She says, oh, I suppose if that's all you can afford, I guess I'll have to accept it.
Yeah, unfortunately,
really?
all the money that I have. If you need me to do a deception check, let me know.
Yes, please do deception check.
Really, the lowest you can roll is 25.
Oh,
19.
look at
She
that.
says, she kind of sighs and says, yes, we like to shelter those in need, and if that's all you can afford, we'll have to make do. It won't cover our expenses, but we'll just tighten the
Oh.
belts a bit and
Oh
make
my
do.
god, Antea pulls out 5 gold. He says, we also do need a couple a couple stable rooms for our mounts.
She looks at the gold, like that's the most money she's ever seen in her life.
What
And
is
she
just
says,
5 gold?
no, I'm just kidding.
Face palms.
She looks at the 5 gold and she says, yes, that's much better. Yes, thank you. Yes, we'll see to your animals. Thank you. And she points up the stairs. She says, "You'll find 2 rooms, just up that way." And she hands you a couple of room keys.
Nice.
Where where do people usually come from to seek refuge here? Where's the poorest area of town? Or the area in greatest need?
She says, "Here in the Gray Streets. This is definitely the more lowly area of town. We look out for each other as best we can."
I have an idea, Fady. I realize that this tavern is some sort in the middle of it, and you say you harbor those in need. Can you do us a favor? You see, Fany and I have some abilities as healers. Can you spread the word that for this afternoon, we are here to treat anyone who would need it, free of charge?
She says, "You're miracle workers?"
Of true gods, yes.
I think the miracle is that they gave you 5 gold.
Salty about this underfoot.
She
You just literally dumped like
she
500,000 gold
is-
on our foyer.
as you mention of true gods, she looks very fearful. And she says, "That's blasphemy. You can't do that here."
Things are about to change. And it starts right here.
She says,
Right
you'll
here.
get
Right
us
now.
You'll get us all in trouble."
Well, then I will keep my mouth shut and heal those in need.
Make a persuasion check.
Trouble is our middle name.
We don't all have the same middle name. I should note.
What?
Wait,
I
what's
thought we
our...
were all like family.
Yeah, we have a title.
Yeah, like trouble. Underfoot trouble. Under trouble foot.
But I already have a middle name underfoot. It's Pretty Boy. Because Pretty Boy is the translation of his middle name, which means the lovely one in Elven.
Yeah, with that 20, she still looks a little troubled, but she just nods. Troubled.
I can't think of the word I want to say. Where are you seem to be a pious woman. And I want to see how she responds.
She's nice.
She says, well, we all have to be, don't we?
I wonder, where do all the blasphemers go?
Yeah, we
To
will
hell!
blaspheme the blasphemers.
Just pulling some church talk out of my ass.
She
Been a
her
while.
eyes go a little wide, and she says, the Brotherhood will lock them in the stockades for their first offense, and if you're caught more than twice, they'll lock you away.
What happens the second time?
They put you in the stockades.
Oh, okay.
Where's the stockade?
By the river.
And where do they lock people away?
Is it
I don't know.
by the river?
Maybe we can find a guard and ask him.
Maybe if we pay him 5 gold.
It's just 5 gold, Underfoot.
Underfoot is sour.
That explains why Atea never has money.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said, babe.
I'm trying to think of what to say. Are there any shops or clubs where folks can get materials for rituals or spells?
Are you allowed to do that?
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to find out.
she shakes her head. No.
Wait, magic is allowed?
Oh, it sounds like maybe they don't let people buy. I like turn to Underfoot. It sounds like they maybe don't let people practice in the walls of Halo.
Boo.
There's a lot of things they don't allow in Caleb, apparently.
Do you think people can like have an open drink in the streets?
I look at the bar woman to see what she says. You know what? Just to annoy Underfoot and make him cringe more, I'm gonna pay this woman 1 gold for answering all our questions.
Yeah.
You know
it
what?
just, like,
You know what?
visibly cringes.
I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna pay her 10 silver.
Wait.
As you ask that, Underfoot, her eyes kind of go wide. She says, "No, public consumption and public intoxication is a stockade offense."
Okay, what is not a stockade offense in this town?
Saying your prayers and doing your work.
Anything.
That's the puritanical. What was
Uh,
that?
All right. What about singing and dancing in the streets?
It's like that play the play Footloose.
He says, only during festivals. Otherwise, you may be labeled a disturber of the peace, which is a stockade offense.
I think that might be the reason why we're arrested, and not for anything else. All right.
What if I'm yelling like this? Like I'm gonna stop yelling, but like pretend Underfoot's like still yelling, but asking questions, but like really dumb questions.
She says, no, please keep your voice down.
All right. Moving away from day-to-day lives, how about toys? Like, can you choose your profession?
Yes, I suppose. I mean, oftentimes we'll go into their family trades, but I suppose you could do whatever job you wanted.
That's at least something. What about becoming a noble? Can anybody become a noble, or
No,
how does
you
that
must
work?
you must be appointed by the High Justice.
Ah,
When I grow up, I want to be a noble.
there are many ways to become a noble, usually by performing great deeds for your land. Not everybody's born noble.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead, please.
Or sometimes you're born into nobility.
Most of the times, yes. Wait, Fanny, I never asked. Are you noble?
No. I'm not.
Do you want to be?
Not yet.
Well, I don't know if I want to be noble here. Kind of like look, Shifts her eyes around.
All right, put it on the agenda. Get Fanny a legit title so she's noble.
Reverend Fanny.
Do your work, say your prayers. That seems very limiting. How about travel? Can you travel anywhere you want? Leave? If you have the means, theoretically speaking.
She says, yes, you must have the means, and if the work goes undone while you are gone, then, well, that's a stockade offense.
Yeah, well, that's actually true everywhere. It's in my town as well. Not stockade offense, but not good. What about rebellion? I assume that's a stockade offense. Speaking out against your high justice. Hypothetically speaking.
She nods.
Well, I have no more questions. Thank you. Next witness, please.
What is this man doing?
Smoking.
Smoking a pipe.
Well, I mean, like while we're having this.
Oh no,
probably not,
he has shifted away from you all. as
not
you all are
quiet
asking
conversation.
He has shifted away down the bar as you all have asked all these uncouth questions.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
like, oh, these are troublemakers. I'm out of here.
I'm gonna look around. Is anybody tuning into what we're saying?
Make a perception check.
Probably not my best.
Aren't you?
Nope.
Wait.
Are you not
That's
proficient?
No. I have good insight.
Yeah, with an 8, you're not sure. Yeah, I tell you, you might want to watch out with these questions, otherwise they're going to give you a scarlet letter to stitch on your cape.
I need to find that gift.
Perception and insight, not in perception for some reason. I think when you're a light cleric, it gives you some funky options of proficiency. If I remember correctly.
I love Scarlet Letter.
But yeah, with that 8, it doesn't appear that anybody is
Picking up on this.
yeah, looking at you super into. Everybody kind of seems to be minding their own business.
Gotta go over to Underfoot and whisper, hey, Underfoot, aren't you
Hey.
good as finding troublemakers in town? Would you mind doing a little bit of scouting? Maybe find the actual troublemakers who speak their mind and such? We have
Okay.
to leave, but doesn't mean we can't leave a spark.
Right now? Go right now?
Well, before we leave,
Okay. Wait, leave like the city or?
yeah, before we leave the city. This is such a weird city. I'm gonna go sit down and ponder it. Satea's having kind of like a crisis.
Using like shoot, what's it called? Thieves' Cant. Like, can I say something in Thieves' Cant to the bartender?
Sure, yeah.
Like, I guess I'll make it sound like I'm ordering like another drink, but like in reality, I'm asking for any local troublemakers.
Yeah, she just gives you a drink. Does not appear to pick up on the thieves' cant.
Did anyone like else at the bar pick up on the Thieves' Cant?
Make a perception check.
Bet you're way more perceptive than me.
24.
The 24. No, you did not notice. You didn't see anybody that seemed to have noticed what you were doing.
Shoot. I guess Underfoot will just like nurse at the drink then. You'll take that out of all the gold you just got, right?
So cheap. I can't believe it.
She just raises an eyebrow and says, I suppose.
I suppose also.
I love it that Underfoot is the richest of us, most likely.
I mean, you gotta be a miser, right? That's the right word.
I think it's adorable. So, yeah, I tell you what, want you go find like a. They don't have like prayers and stuff, but they must have some sort of hospital or you know a healing hut where people should go get their I don't know get a tincture or at least some release in this poorer area because I can't believe that the only hope of any sort of medicine is to pray in this city. So, can we go out and find such a place?
Yeah, y'all can go looking.
Yeah. You'll go looking for it.
Did we ask her if there was like a hospital or a healing place?
You did not. You could.
I turn and I ask one last question, ma'am. And what was your name? Because we never ask anybody's names.
My name is Beth.
Oh, okay, Beth.
Beth.
For people that do need tending, and healing, is there a hospital or a healing building of some sort?
She nods. She says there's a hospital that will tend to the ill and the injured. But if it is anything beyond that, then the doctors will refer them to the Brotherhood.
Oh, the church?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, group, gather here. I have an idea.
Thank you for the drink.
You're welcome.
Hey, I think if there is a healing house, then we might find someone who is compassionate. And maybe we can also keep our eyes open to see if there's anyone who uses magic to heal. And somebody who dares to use magic to heal must be someone who is against, you know, what's happening. That could be a good place. And also, you know, maybe this one or other who requires such healing has been harmed by the guard. That might be a good place.
I think possibly going to a place where people might really need the healing of magic, as she whispers that, might be a good place to see if, of course, if there's been any rule breakers.
I think so too. And they might tell us who might need such healing but cannot afford it, and we can pay them a visit and do something good.
Yes, we'll have to be careful of priests and guards that are around, I assume.
Yes. I have a healer's kit, so if they ask, I just say I use my healer's kit only.
I probably also have a healer's kit. And if not, maybe... Oh, I do. There we go.
Hey, sweat.
I've at least...
I am not very good at lying. I also have a poisonous kit for some reason. Why do I have a poisonous kit?
Why on earth does Atea have a poisoner's kit?
Oh, because I bought
Interesting.
it so I can make wyvern poison for Underfoot
Oh, that's right.
for his birthday.
Gino narrows his eyes at Atea, and he thinks that Atea might mix them up sometimes.
I'll have you know, I am trained in every single tool. I am very old. I don't get them mixed up. And also, and he opens up his bag, and his bag is perfectly organized.
Gino
Can I go
attempts
over and
to
unorganize
mess it
it?
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gino does
I'm
the
going.
thing.
No, no,
Underfoot will help Gino.
no! Stop it! Stop it! It took me an hour to organize everything. And then he's
I
like
think-
practically slapping your hands.
I think on that note, as like Gino and Atea are like lunging, or Gino and Underfoot are like lunging at Atea's bag as Atea like stands up on the chair to like hold it up out of reach of the two of them. I think that might be a good scene to end on for tonight.
Oh man. Oh man, this douchebag! I hate him so much. I hate this villain so much. Ah! He's not even handsome. I hate him.
Not even handsome.
Maybe it was
Not
handsome before I got old.
Yeah, evil corrupts. The uglier. So, according to Atea's belief, evil corrupts and it will make you ugly. Oh man, this guy is such a douchebag.
He is he's pretty unlikable. I'm glad that you're finding him unlikable.
Ah.
Yeah.
I've yet to find a single redeeming quality in this guy.
No, he's pretty skeezy and terrible.
He's my hero.
In this town, man, this town is sad.
It is certainly that. Thank y'all for hanging out. We're going to end the stream there. We'll catch you next time.